Okay, hopefully YouTube will pick this up and put it as my cover page or whatever. I don't know how to do this stuff. This is kind of I tried one time before, but it didn't go so well. So here we are again. Anyway, I'm going to go over some pole inspection methods. So let's jump right in. Also want to talk about the shigometer and the resistograph. So I'll put that in a separate video for sake of time. All right, so the three main types of inspections, and you can do a variation of each one, or it doesn't have to be just like this. But full ground line, that's where you go in and say, here's my depiction of a pole. That's the outside pole. That little line there, I'm just going to make a check. The vertical cracks in poles. Well, and here's the ground line right here, the little plants. And these are inspection borings, and this is a cross section of the path that they would take. You always try to aim for the middle of the pole whenever you're drilling into something like that, or into a pole. But anyway, they take 18 inches of dirt from around the pole, and then they retreat it with a wrap. I don't know what kind of preservative they use. We used to use creosote, but we'd put a wrap around it, and then put the dirt back in and pack it down, and report any issues. But when they had the dirt away from the pole, they would shave any decay or chip it off with this inverted axe looking thing. But now that method is really good if you're in a high humidity area, East Texas, east of I-45, I guess, would be a good I don't know, dividing line that you really should do this, because with the moisture constantly, ebbing and flowing, or drying and getting wet, well, then it kind of washes away the creosote, or lets it leach away. So a full ground line, meaning every pole's dug out and retreated. Good for East Texas, but rest of Texas, you might want to consider the economies of it and all. So anyway, let's get to some other ones. The partial sounding bore, that's where you take a scoop of dirt out, 8 to 10 inches, about a shovelful wide, and then if there's any decay on the pole, a significant amount, then you will go ahead and do a full ground line. And some guys don't like to do this type of method, treat a pole that's probably pretty old already, and it might be changed out in a few years for some other reason. Anyway, so a lot of guys don't like to use this method. The pole, even though they shave the decay off, they don't always get it all, and it'll still decay inside. So there's a good amount that's go ahead and fail anyway after a few years. Okay, so let's get to the sounding bore method. That's where you don't do any digging. You just start at ground line, and you go at a 45-degree angle or better. But if a pole is decaying, usually it'll decay. Well, it could decay anywhere within the pole. I mean, just spots, holes all in it. Or decay from the inside out or from the outside in. But if it's done from the outside in, it usually decays in a pencil-shaped form here on the pole, and it usually goes down about 18 inches or so. Anyway, when you're drilling like this, you will usually hit it if it's bad enough. So any decay you miss by probing around here on the top, well, you'll pick up by doing this type of a cross drilling. So it's not always a guarantee you're going to find decay either inside or on the other side of the pole doing this method. There's no foolproof way. But I also wanted to talk about this as a method of sounding bore with so anyway, when you I don't want to shoot another one, so we're going to keep going. All right, so this is your boring here, and there might be some old borings. that are plugged. So some of these, a lot of these other old borings are fumigants. They got these removable plugs. But in the 80s and 90s, they didn't have removable plugs. They had wood plugs that were pounded in, and that was it. But these can be removed, and I guess they can also inspect down there again, see if the wood's any good. But you know, if you're putting preservative here, you're guaranteed to have a pretty good preserved piece of straw-like feature there. And the rest of the pole could rot, and you got the straw-like feature. I've seen it before, so it actually is a thing. Anyway, but this is designed. See how it's got a little, it's kind of bent a little bit. That's for when it's going through that. See, so here's that straw-like feature, and it when this thing goes out, it's forced because of the curvature of it to push down. So when it comes out, and then if you're drilling across another inspection boring, it'll hit hard, or if it hits the other side of the other boring, it'll hit hard. Now if it's decay, it'll be soft, and you can probe around in it oftentimes. So, and also this bends pretty good, so you can go from one boring to another. Like if you drill, we do it a lot. I mean, it happens a couple times a day, where you drill it into another inspection boring, and you can, a lot of times they're kind of in the same direction from the same side, and you can get this rod down in that other one, and you can push down in that hole, and it'll come to an abrupt stop, meaning you've gone to the end of that other boring. Or if it's opened up, that means it's decay, and you can even do some more, another angle at it, drill at another angle to see if that for sure is decay. But anyway, say that right there is decay, that little spot there. When you come through and you hit it, you're gonna be able to get in there, drop down, and see how soft that wood is. And you, like I said, you can drill from another direction and get another idea. Anyway, so that's the best method. Now, you got to be pretty good at it, and you got to use this thing a lot to be able to recognize another boring, or if it's decay. I imagine a lot of poles have been rejected because somebody didn't really know how to use this thing to determine if it was another boring or decay inside the pole. So anyway, got to have a guy that's experienced. Running out of them. All right, that's it.